Welcome to Santos Brothers Eat, food worth mentioning.
Where Chef Jeff and his brother Kenny talk about their amazing adventures eating and tasting food that is so incredible, they have got to just share it with the world.
My mouth is salivating already.
All right, so this is Kenny Santos for Santos Brothers Eats. I'm here with my brother, Chef Jeff Santos. Together we are your favorite Filipino foodies where we talk about food worth mentioning. And we took a trip to, is it Little Manila, that area of town? Is that confusing?
Yeah, Little Manila, Little Philippines. Yeah. We've talked about it before briefly, but yeah. So this time we actually went, actually myself and Diana, because it was a big celebration. It was our parents' 54th anniversary. That's right, 54 years married together. So we decided to have a big Filipino feast, and this place that we wanted to try beforehand, and we finally had a good reason to go. So that's where we were.
So Jeff and Diana got food there and brought it to Scarborough. Right, it's not just they went because of the anniversary.
That's right.
Said, hey, it was pretty good.
We ate, we saw pictures, we gave, hey, look at this, happy anniversary, Mom and Dad.
Yeah,
cheers.
No, they took the food to go, and so we actually, well, I shouldn't say we, but they got food from two places, and then came on over. And part of the reason that we chose this is because we had done a celebration. This was with where did we get that other Kamayan? What was that?
JJ Kapuso, yes.
Kapuso, and that we've talked about that. We actually talked about that in a previous podcast.
Yeah.
And Mom said, "Oh, I like that." And so I said, "Well, if she likes that, let's try a different place."
Mm-hmm.
One, because we want to try a different place, and two, because we need basically content for the podcast. And so instead of saying we went to the same place and talk about the same food again, we thought, well, let's talk about someplace different and then talk about, I guess, similar type of food.
Exactly right.
This place is called Kabalen, right?
Kabalen, yes.
Yeah.
And so we try to find out what it meant. Then, according to our dad, what Ken just told me now, is that it may be another Filipino dialect or Tagalog dialect, meaning, sorry, what does it mean, Ken?
Townmate or friend.
Okay. Yeah.
So in those of you that speak Tagalog, first of all, I cannot speak Tagalog. We know the names of certain foods, and maybe like I know how to say it's raining or something. But to say friend in Tagalog would be like either kaibigan or barkada, like it's a term of endearment. So Kabalen, my father thinks it might mean townmate or friend, like something like that. Although according to my mother, it's not a word that she's ever heard of. So so that's a speculation. And so when we say Kabalen, Kabalen's spelled with a C, right, Jeff?
No, with a K.
With a K.
Yeah.
The reason why I kind of mentioned or asked you if it was pronounced or spelled with a C or a K is because if you are in the Philippines, there is a chain that's spelled with the other letter. I already forgot which is spelled with. And actually, I've eaten there. I don't know. Did you know that, Jeff? I've eaten at the Kabalen.
No, you didn't mention that. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I didn't. So actually, there was a Kabalen that opened up in Scarborough that ended up closing, and we were going to go because Kabalen with a C, with a K, the Canadian one was here, and we thought, is that the same one as one in the Philippines? And we realized that it was spelled different. And so, the one in the Philippines, here's the one in the Philippines, right? It's all you can eat buffet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so this was actually in the SM in Lucena, Jeff. So you've been to that mall.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, and actually, go to the next picture, because I think I saw a whole pig head. Yeah. Oh, right there. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is it's a pretty cool buffet. That's some kare-kare. This is all from when I was in Quezon Province. This is in the city of Lucena, and so this is what they're offering at the Kabalen over there. So it's a pretty nice little array.
Yeah, it looks good.
They some desserts and things like that. Even halo. Yeah. So that's what so don't get it mixed up with that. This is a different Kabalen, spelt differently, and this place here in Canada or in Toronto is not an all you can eat, right?
No,
it's not. It's a la carte. But it's still good food. Still awesome food and something that we loved. And now because when you mentioned Kabalen, I was actually just thinking, maybe he knows about that restaurant, but you don't. And so what made you pick this one?
So like you said, is our mom said that she liked that sort of box style, like Kamayan style from Chichi Kapuso's. And like Ken said, we try to go to different places. So A, we have content, and and B, just to try other places, and to see how they do things differently. So I looked up Kamayan, and JJ Capusas was the only one in the Scarborough area. And then there's a couple in the Little Manila, Little Philippines in Toronto. So I decided to go with Kabalen, only because I think the menu was pretty descriptive. So can we go see the menu? Next picture. Or you want to see or go to the picture first of me in front of Kabalen. So
all right,
see.
So there we go. This is on Bathurst. Where is this?
Yeah, it's in Bathurst and Wilson.
Yeah,
Little Manila is.
Yeah, we should have said that. We said we were in Little Manila. We didn't say exactly where it was. So Bathurst and Wilson area. How big is Little Manila, Jeff?
Oh, it goes from. So for those of you in the Toronto area, if you're those of you that are also Jewish or another Jewish Toronto area, it's sort of north of where the Jewish side is. So it's from Wilson to about, I think, Shepherd, maybe not that far up. So it's about at least two big city blocks.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. And like almost every strip mall and every little corner has something Filipino, whether it be mostly restaurants or a dessert place, clothing or grocery store. So it's pretty far reaching.
Yeah. Yeah. So we don't get to go there that often. I feel like going there is almost a little bit, for me, it just feels inconvenient. I don't know.
It can be. Yeah. However, I did forward this information to Ken and Diana. That area will have a Filipino night market or Filipino weekend. So I think it's a good opportunity for us to take them.
Yeah, I'll probably do that. When will, what weekend? Do you remember the weekend?
End of July 24th. Yeah, that weekend there, whatever that weekend is.
Very cool. Yeah. So Jeff wanted to see the menu. This is what it looks like outside, right?
Yeah. So before you change, so as you can see, there's a little patio, a little sort of outcrop from the actual storefront.
Oh yeah.
In that area, they actually have a grill. That's why there's a like a chimney or a fan or a hood fan.
Oh, right. I see that up there. Yeah.
Yeah. So they have a huge grill, and I walked in. The guy was cooking the skewers. I'm not too sure if they're pork or chicken, but skewers on the whole grill. And it just, as soon as I walked in the little strip mall, you could smell the barbecue right away. Yeah, it was a good smell.
This little vestibule here, this is a pre-pandemic, right? It wasn't built for the pandemic, was it?
I'm pretty sure it's pre-pandemic.
Yeah, okay. That's what it doesn't look it looks more permanent. All right, so here's the menu.
So so this is I think this is their like it says this is their Silogs and Kamayan Feasts page.
Oh, okay.
But they do have other pages where it has noodles, beef. They even have a goat kere kere. I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. It sort of caught my eye. But yeah, they have a whole like other pages full of Filipino treats and eats.
Very good. And so the silogs, those of you that don't know what that is, that's usually rice and eggs. Rice and eggs. Yeah.
With the meat.
And and then kamayan means eating with your hands, right? So kamay is a hand, and kamayan, I don't really know, but it just means you're eating with your hands usually. It's usually it's a big tray, and everyone just kind of goes in there. It's served family style. And so all day silogs, again, rice and eggs, and usually there's some sort of meat. And so whether it's the bang silog, so that's with the milk fish. Bang is the bangus, or corn silog. Wow, corned beef silog. That's nice. Or top silog.
Oh, you would like that, wouldn't you?
Yes, or the beef tapa.
I know.
Tosilog with my goodness, sweet and cured pork slice. Yeah, tocino, spam, and hot dog silog.
That's my favorite.
All these different silog. Yeah, so rice and eggs, and usually whatever's before the silog will tell you what the accompanying meat is. And so whether it's tocino or even tapa, they don't even have tapa, which is like, what is...
Yeah, that's
like,
the beef.
Yeah, that's the beef one, beef tapa. And that is affectionately known as top silog. And actually I remember going in Manila, it says the best top seat in town. I remember our relatives would take me there at like 2:00 in the morning, and it would be packed, and we'd have some awesome food. So, and it was outdoors and hot. Oh. So, yeah. And then there's palutan. Palutan is basically bar food. Usually you're going to eat that. It's very salty. It's eaten with a lot of beer. So if you usually it almost always has CC in that. So it's a sizzling pork face.
The egg on top. Look at that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
authentic.
Yeah. So
that's what you mean there is that they don't put a fried egg on top. So because the sisig usually is in a little platter, actually maybe for this one for the takeout they do, but usually if it's a bar food and served there, because the sisig is it's on a hot platter, sizzling platter, before they bring it out to you, they actually just crack an egg onto it and then serve it to you. So the eggs will start to cook a bit. But it has a nice runny yolk though. That's the good part.
Absolutely. So think like, if you went to like a place that serves sizzling fajitas, right? The sizzling plate comes up, but just imagine right before they comes out, that egg gets split on top. So it's just cooking and, it's just cooking as it kind of comes out to you. It's just perfect. So loving that. And so we actually ordered from this part of the menu. This is the bottom. And then we were deciding between the Kamayan Feast or the Super Kamayan Feast.
Yes.
Of course, we kind of went for the Super. I mean,
of course,
it's super, right? And
so if you look on top there, it says good for 3 to 4 people. So it's going to be myself, Ken, Diana, and our parents. So that's 5 right there. And then we invited Dylan. So there's 3 or 4. So we didn't think that there was a feed everybody, but we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, we didn't think it was going to feed everyone. And I was looking and I thought, well, maybe we should, I had some rice. So maybe we should cook some rice. But it says, it only has 4 cups of jasmine.
Oh, yes.
5 of us. We thought, 6 of us, right? There's 6
of us total then.
And I thought, 4 cups of rice isn't going to be enough. So I made sure that we had a lot of rice. But it's kind of a nice menu. We have the crispy pata, lechon kawali, grilled squid, grilled shrimps, grilled mussels. We have 8 ounces of either what's sisig, which is the sizzling pig face. There's got to be a better name of saying what that is, because that sounds disgusting when you say it. But
well, that's what it is, though.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is what
basically,
it is.
As we said before, because we did talk about this place, Kapuso. That was this season 3. It was episode 2, where we talked about how, because the Philippines is a third world country, they don't want to waste any part of the animal. So they took that face and they recognized that there's a lot of gelatinous parts that are really good, that are sizzling and fried, and they would chop that up really finely into like the size of like peas. Yeah, about that. Yeah, and then fry that up, and people would love it. You have that with beer; it's nice and salty. And so, sisig, very popular, or a dish that we've never heard of before. It's called dinak dakan. Dinak dakan. Yes. So I actually looked it up because I didn't know what it was, and basically it's just like sisig. However, it has an additional ingredient, and that ingredient is pig brain.
Yes. Sorry, Ken. Can you say that again, please?
Pig brain.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, pig brain. And I was looking at this. It says pig brain is the unique ingredient to dinak dakan. Yes, the pig's brain is mashed and added to the dish to make it creamy. So because the sisig is really crunchy and like just little crispy parts, which is just the awesome. Kind of like this think of finely cooked bacon, right? That's how sisig is. And then so just want to make it a little creamy, add some pig brain. It's like as Jeff was saying earlier, the whole head. What he gets, though. Interesting. We didn't get that. We actually get the sisig.
Yes.
I would be open to having it with the brain, but maybe next time. We'll see.
Maybe next time, yeah.
You got 4 barbecue skewers, 2 grilled pineapple. Those are pineapple slices, not pineapples, actual pineapples. 6 grilled eggplants. Those are the Asian style, the long, thin ones.
Yeah.
4 grilled okra. I did not notice those. Achara.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. I don't remember any okra. Yeah. Unless Dad ate it. Because he loves okra.
Dad loves okra, so maybe he had that. Achara, which is basically a pickled papaya. Cherry tomatoes, lots of that. And kropek, which is basically just fish crackers, but they're shrimp, aren't they, Jeff?
Yeah, shrimp crackers, yeah.
And then 4 cups of steamed rice. And so this is their picture. We're going to show you our picture. It's actually pretty close, actually, now that we're looking at that.
Let's go to the other platter, though. So on the left of that is the Kamayan Feast regular. So almost everything is the same, but they actually had a grilled tilapia as well. But the one to the left is the seafood platter, and that sort of caught our interest. But for $120, we thought that'd be a bit too expensive for us. Maybe for our parents' 55th anniversary, but for this one right now, we'll just go with the Super Kamayan. But it does look good.
Here's the thing: it looks good, but there's no meat on the menu. It's all seafood, which is a seafood platter. But it's just like, man, I want some lechon on with that, Yeah. So we ended up getting the super, and we were very happy with that.
Yes.
So moving on, this is a pretty big platter. I mean, that's a lot of food. A lot of food there.
And it was heavy too.
Yeah, very nice. This doesn't look as big as JJ's. Now that I think of it, JJ's was long and big.
Yeah. You're correct. Yeah.
Yeah, but I felt like there was a lot more leftovers this time, and even Dylan
I
was
think it
saying,
was. Yeah.
yeah,
Between the two from JJ's, I think there's more leftovers in this one,
yeah, that's interesting.
and not just rice. There's
No,
still meat.
no, there's a lot of like what's called ulam,
Lechon,
ulam,
ulam. Yes.
ulam. That's the accompaniment to rice, so
Yes.
that's how that works there. And so yeah, this is art. Like that one looks like Diana took this
Oh,
picture. I'm assuming, right?
yes.
Yeah. See, yeah, Diana takes all just awesome pictures, and so you can see the barbecue skewers, the lechon, the kawali. Sorry, this is the lechon and the crispy pata, the
Hmm.
shrimp, the kropek, all that beautiful, beautiful. And look at all that rice in it. It's a lot of
Yeah.
rice. They were misleading when they said 4 cups of rice because it was
Oh,
way more than 4 cups. Like it might have been 10 cups. It was a lot of rice. Like,
yeah.
like I'm not like. Do you think I'm like 10 cups is a lot though? Maybe I'm exaggerating. But it was a lot of rice. I mean, this is a delicious meal.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, and down here, this is what the sisig is. That's all. This is all sisig, like 8 ounces
Yeah.
and stuff. So it's just beautiful. Very,
Now,
very
for those of
nice.
you that can't see what we're looking at,
Oh yeah,
I implore you to somehow find a way to look at this picture.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's going to
it's
be on
really
our
it's hard to
Instagram feed.
describe.
Yeah, it'll
Yeah.
be on our Instagram feed. It'll
Yep.
be on the Instagram feed. So
It
just
is.
have a peek at that. Here's another
So
picture of it.
yeah,
Yeah, go ahead,
I
Jeff.
don't think we've ever said what crispy pata is. So there's lechon, which is the pig belly, which has nice crispy skin, but pata is basically a deep fried pork shank or sort of part of the pork leg. So it's still the meat and the pig skin, but also has the bone inside as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what the crispy pata means.
Yeah, the pata, that's exactly what pata means. Pata actually means leg, so in
Okay,
Tagalog. So just
there we
like
go.
in French, like pat is a leg, like a dog's leg is pat. So um, Patte. And so that's what crispy pata is. I just kind of want to show this picture here. I don't know why we didn't include this, right? We gotta
I
include this. Yeah.
thank you very much. Yes.
Yeah. So this is Jeff. This is what as the chef of the table, he was assigned to cut the meat off of the leg because it's hard to serve that for 6 people.
Yes, it is.
He was gracious enough to cut that off the egg, and he mimicked eating that kind of like a turkey leg.
Oh
And
yeah.
so that's, I mean, a turkey leg, a deep fried turkey leg is good, but a deep
Oh,
fried
well,
pig
pork
leg,
leg,
oh my god,
even better.
it's not even worth discussing. So, I mean, come on, right?
I
Yeah.
know. One thing that it doesn't mention the menu, or maybe we should mention the sauces, because I know there's something there that you really like.
Yeah, so there's different sauces. These two up here, these are the vinegar. This little
Or
dark one,
yeah,
and it's seasoned vinegar because one of them was
yeah, seasoned rice vinegar. So
yeah,
add a bit of nice taste to it.
yeah. And then this here, this is what's a shrimp paste? Bagoong. That's a shrimp paste.
Bagoong. Yes.
It's a fermented shrimp paste, very very salty, but very very
Mhm.
tasty. And this here is what's known as mang tomas. It's typically served with lechon. I think it's made with the pig liver, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly. And so
Again, like Ken said, it's like the Philippines is a third world country, so they try to use as much of the animal as they could. So liver, they just pureed it and made into a sauce to go with lechon, and it's a perfect fit.
yeah, and mang tomas is something that I really like. I like it almost as much as I like ketchup. I mean, it's like
Okay.
I could have mang tomas and just rice and really be
But
happy.
wasn't
with
this one a bit bland? Because I had some, I was like, oh, is there any taste to this one? I could be wrong. Maybe it was just me.
No, it was actually really, really good. I was so happy that no one
Okay.
else wanted any. So I was like,
All
oh,
right.
no one else wants this? That's
Done.
too bad. I was like, okay, fine.
Nice.
I was like, oh, no one. I was really surprised that no one else wanted any. I was like, okay, I
Yeah.
got all the sauce to myself. Because this is one of those rare occasions where there was no mang tomas in our fridge because you can buy it in the bottle, right? But we just
Okay.
didn't have it that way. Yeah. So you know what? We should actually talk about the overall components on this page because the next page is
The palabok.
the palabok. And
Yes.
so let's talk about what we thought of the different components. Why don't you?
All right.
Yeah.
So let's start from the bottom up. So from the bottom, nice layer of the sisig. I really enjoyed this sisig.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure why. I've had the sisig before, but for some reason this was really tasty.
This sisig is a little bit more juicier. It's often pretty dry. Sisig is dry sisig usually, but this one just seemed juicier.
Yeah.
Maybe it just wasn't fried as much, and that's what made it a
Okay.
little bit better. But I did like it, and the flavoring on sisig is really good. There's often a lot of onions in it, and then all the spices they use is always really good. So if you're gonna get sisig over at Kabalen, you won't be disappointed because it's really super tasty. Super
Not at
tasty.
all.
Yeah.
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 Next, let's go with what you thought of the Delong or the eggplant.
I was raving about that all night, wasn't I?
You were. I know.
Yeah.
That's why I asked.
So I'm one of the big fans of fried or grilled eggplant, especially if it's these ones, the Asian style. I like these eggplants more than I guess the Italian or the European style. And so
Because
these were
they're less bitter. That's why.
that's what it is, right?
Hmm.
And so it was cooked perfectly, just grilled enough. There was some sort of seasoning on it, but I just happened to like everything about it. It was just
Yeah.
really good. I'm very happy with that. Often, our relatives in the Philippines say that I'm very easy to entertain because all they have to do is grill an eggplant and I'm happy. So it's or
Nice.
grill or fry an eggplant and Kenny's happy. So it's always
All right.
easy to cook for Kenny. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Next is the shrimp. So this is the shrimp with head on.
Yeah.
And traditionally, that's how the Filipinos will have their shrimp, just basically shell on, head on, everything. Because they'll eat almost every part of the shrimp except for the shell. They'll just break off where the head is, suck the head part out, and then peel off the shell from the meat and have that. I found these shrimp, nothing special. They were good and seasoned perfectly. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta say this head-on shrimp is probably my favorite way to eat shrimp. So that's just because I do like sucking that head. I like taking that head and sucking all those whatever's inside that head out. So it's really good. And then we got the skewers.
Yes. I asked for pork skewers. I should have asked for chicken because we had a lot of pork on this. But basically, the seasoning on any Filipino skewer, pork or chicken is the same. It's either like Sprite or 7-Up or even Mountain Dew, and then just some other seasoning. So that's what gives it the sweetness and sort of helps make the char on it as well.
Yeah, and we're talking like it's not like Jeff says seasoning. You might think, oh, they sprinkle a little bit on. No, it's actually soaked in Sprite, right? Yeah, but it's not just Sprite. It's probably like Sprite and like salt and stuff. Like there's other stuff in there, right? Maybe maybe vinegar. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there, but the Filipino, it's just called barbecue. Like if you say, "Oh, I want barbecue," and you're in Manila, we're talking about those skewers that are just delicious. You can see the caramelization on all of them. Oh, so good.
Oh, it's perfect.
So good. Let's talk about the pata next, Jeff.
Pata, so both the pata and the lechon, I found a bit dry. So unfortunately, but they still have the crispy skin though. Which is good to have. That's the important part. But the meat wise, I found it a bit dry. But you know what? That's okay.
This is where I gave a really big smile on my face because it was dry. A lot of people didn't like to eat it, but I found out in the middle of the meal that if I put that mang tomas on top of it, it really softens it up, and so it really moistens everything up. I was like, oh, no one's eating this. I'm like, that's too bad because I'm eating it all, and so I didn't finish it all. There's a lot of left over. But I'm telling you, I had a good time eating that. Like that, the eggplant, the sisig, and that fried pork. My goodness, it was so good. I had a good time there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Mussels.
Yep.
So I didn't have any of the mussels. I'm not a big mussel fan. Did you have any by chance?
I had a mussel. Yeah. It was okay. Dad's a big fan of mussels, so I let him have. Because there's only like 4 or 6 of them. There wasn't that many.
Yeah.
Maybe 8. So I just let
I know Diana likes mussels, so I had her in mind. Most times mussels we see in the restaurants, they're already frozen. They're already cooked and frozen. But mussels themselves, I know to me has just a bitter taste. So I usually stay away from that. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. Grilled eggplant. There's not much to say about that. Diana loves the shrimp chips or the kropek.
Yeah. The squid.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the squid. I thought it was okay.
I thought it was okay too.
Squid. Having a squid that's grilled is probably the best way to eat squid, as long as if it's cooked properly. To have this squid, it was good. It wasn't too rubbery because isn't it easy to overcook, Jeff?
Oh yeah, that's the thing with squid. Like if it was overcooked, it gets too rubbery. Not people like it. So like you said before, squid has to be cooked properly, just to make sure that it's still tender and still has a nice texture to it.
Shrimp. They said there's 4 shrimp. I know that there's more.
There's a lot more shrimp than everything else. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was kind of nice. But it was an overall super filling meal. And remember, we thought it wouldn't be enough. It serves 3 to 4 people. This is more than, there was leftover. There were 6 of us. We had leftovers. And we even ordered extra. Well, I had more rice waiting, and we didn't need it. As a matter of fact, I had Jeff bring some rice home.
Yeah.
Then we ordered palabok. Oh,
sorry, Ken.
yeah,
Let's just go back to the picture because we forgot the achara and the mango.
Oh yeah, the mango was pretty good. So,
yeah.
Actually, the achara I didn't have any of just because Mom was eating it all up, so and she liked it.
Actually, Diana had some too, and she loves achara, and she said it was a good achara.
Good.
And the mango with onion, that sort of gave a nice texture balance too to everything else. You know, because everything was a bit more greasy, more heavy, but the mango and onion sort of helped cut away the fat. You know, it was sort of good texture and light to that.
Absolutely. I kind of wish there was more of that mango because I would have had it.
So do I.
A lot of the food. Yeah.
Yeah. Like and more achara too. You know, because they both allow like sweetness for the mango or tartness with the achara to cut the fat with that.
Yeah, it just cuts that, and also it brings a different texture profile into the game. So yeah. All
right.
I didn't eat any of the pineapple. Did you, Jeff?
I did. I'm a big fan of grilled pineapple, and
me too.
I think it did the same purpose as the mango. It sort of allowed some sweetness to it, just to cut some of the fat as well.
Absolutely. Then we had some palabok.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, palabok is a rice noodle with a shrimp sauce.
Yes.
A lot of people think it's a fish sauce, but I believe it is a shrimp sauce.
More of a shrimp sauce than a fish sauce.
Absolutely. Typically, there's hard-boiled egg slices on top. These are hard-boiled egg quarters. Looks like. I mean, that might be slices. I don't know. No, they look like quarters on top. And then there's also they take. What's the crispy stuff called, Jeff?
Yeah, crispy chicharron. Yeah,
chicharron on top. Super popular. Diana loves palabok.
Oh yeah,
and I actually kind of like this one. It was a lot of sauce. I mean, you got to bring it home.
It was a very saucy palabok. Yeah,
I think that's why I liked it. I mean, you could have mixed in like a cup of rice with that, and it wouldn't have been like too saucy. Even like there still might have been too much sauce in there, right? And
I think so.
Yeah, I really liked it. What did you think of it, Jeff?
I liked it a lot. It was good. So, like we said, we ordered the palabok only because we thought there wouldn't be enough of the Kamayan feast. Like Ken said, there was a lot of rice left over, and this palabok was almost maybe a quarter of it was taken from the whole dinner.
Maybe a quarter.
Yeah.
Like you see how it is now. There's probably maybe a couple of hard-boiled eggs missing, and maybe a couple spoonfuls missing. It was basically full when Jeff took it home.
Oh yeah.
So that's awesome. It was good. Like I really liked it. I really liked how it tasted.
It was good.
Yeah. Overall, a rating, Jeff?
For the palabok, I give it an 8. Or the whole restaurant.
Oh, with palabok's an 8. Yeah, I can give it an 8.
Yeah, I give it an 8.
Yeah, I can give it an 8. But the whole meal.
Whole meal. I give it a 9. Yeah. Everything was good.
I was gonna give
it a
good
portion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good portion. 9, I'm talking a really solid 9 because 9 is a high score. Yeah. And there really wasn't anything that I didn't like. I mean, Jeff's bringing it down a little bit just because the pork was dry, but then I guess now that I've told him you put that sauce on, it tastes better. So maybe next time he'll have more.
Yeah, but, or more Mangtamas sauce with it, or you just buy some Mangtamas sauce on the side.
Oh yeah, just have a bottle on the side. That would make it a lot easier. After all that, we still had dessert, didn't we, Jeff?
We did.
Yeah.
And then
so we're going to talk about that after the break, though, right, Jeff?
Yep. See you then.
Sounds good. All right. So we are back from our break. We got to speak a little bit about Kabalen and their Kamayan feast. But after all that, even though we were super full, we still had dessert because it was a special occasion. It was our parents' anniversary, 54 years. So that's huge. Huge. And so we went to a place called FK Dulce Bakery.
Yes.
Or maybe it's Dulce Bakery. I really don't know how it's pronounced.
According to Mom, it's Dulce Bakery.
Yeah,
FK Dulce Bakery.
Yeah.
I should have asked. I think FK. I'm not too sure what FK means, but and Dulce. I guess it's like the sweet. Bakery.
Yeah. Dulce means sweet.
Yeah.
Dulce means sweet. Yeah. Our Spanish-speaking friends will say, "Oh yeah," it means almost like even means candy. Yeah. So how'd you find out about Dulce Bakery?
Actually, they were featured on Yelp. Yelp was doing a special international cuisine, and they featured FK Dulce Bakery for any Yelpers out there for a special limited time, like 10% off your menu item. But I bought this after the event, but the menu still intrigued me, and you'll see why in a few minutes or a few seconds. But this place itself, as you can see on the sign, they do a lot of bakery, so cakes, pastries. Donuts is sort of their big thing. They do bubble tea and coffee and flavored fries, which sort of odd maybe for a Filipino restaurant. But they basically flavored like ketchup or dill pickle or barbecue. So they just take like
flavored fries because it's a bakery, so you don't expect they need to have, well they have donuts, so they already have a deep fryer.
Yeah. I think too because they're near a school. So maybe to attract the younger audience. So instead of having just sweet, to go with bubble tea, they have.
Are they near high school?
I believe so. Yeah, I saw a lot of kids walking around.
That'll do it. Yeah. And so we picked up, or I wouldn't say we, but Jeff and Diana picked up some donuts.
Yes,
so
some Filipino-inspired donuts.
Absolutely.
So let's start from the left, Ken. We'll run up the big finale. So the top left.
Those of you that can't hear, there's just pictures of donuts here, and so we're going to talk about those flavor profiles here. But Jeff's talking about the top left.
Yes.
You'll remember. I remember which this one was. This is
the Mango Mango Brava.
Yeah.
It's basically just a yeast-filled donut with some mango cream in the middle, and on top with not too sure what the icing is. It's not like a regular icing, but it also has cashew nuts on it, like crushed cashews.
That's right.
And this is actually packaged differently because they asked if anyone's allergic to nuts, so they package differently, which is very sensible for them to do it that way. Below that is called the double chocolate donut. So basically, it's a filled donut with a chocolate cream in the middle, and then sort of dusted with like a cinnamon sugar on top.
Okay. Yeah.
Top middle, ube. Yes, and we all know ube is the purple yam, and then little shreds of coconut on top. I think there's hollowed out as well, not just on top, because it's sort of indentation, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And then bottom middle is the buko pandan. And what is buko pandan, Ken?
So buko is a young coconut, and pandan is the pandan.
It was okay. Yeah. This one I found was all right. It was okay. And the greenish color was a bit off-putting for me. Because pandan leaves is more of like a forest green. This is more like a Hulk green to me.
You're absolutely right. This is different than what pandan looks like. Yeah, yes. It is different. So they obviously use some sort of food coloring, and it just doesn't match up quite. So I think, is this the reason why we picked it? Because we got the leche flan.
It is, yes. So this is the reason why. This is the main reason why I went to this place. They have a leche flan donut, and I remember I was watching TV and I saw a restaurant in New York City. That the Filipino restaurant, Filipino Bakery, they actually had leche flans. They cut out into squares, and they had these donuts, like a full donut, and they actually cut out part of the dough, like part of the actual cooked donut, and they put a leche flan in the middle.
Wow.
And then caramel sauce. And I thought, if I find that in New York City, I'm going to get that. Yeah. And then lo and behold, Dulce Bakery makes these same donuts.
Which is perfect because we got a chance to try some of these.
Yes.
These donuts, there wasn't one that I didn't like. There's just some that I just thought were okay. But I'm glad I had a chance to try them. The problem is that after having the mochi donuts, which we talked about last episode,
yes,
when you have donuts that are like basically 10 minutes old that are out of a fryer, it's hard to compare. Like even though these were awesome donuts, after having like fresh mochi donuts, so good, good. But these were good.
You have a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was telling Kim before the podcast, I regret that I cut these and I didn't take a picture of any of the donuts, but especially the leche flan donut, to see how it actually looked like in the middle. But like I said in the description, it's basically a square piece of leche flan, and they cut out a square piece from the donut and put the leche flan right inside.
Nice.
To me, it would have been benefit of them more if they actually took the leche flan sauce, the sweet caramel sauce, and poured more of that on
good. Yeah.
On top. I know it'd be a very messy donut, but when you look at a Boston cream or like any sort of filled donut, it is messy to begin with. So might as well enjoy your food.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be much better.
You know what we should do? Some people we talk about leche flan like we understand, like people know what that is. Some people don't know what that is. So leche is milk, and flan is it's in so many different cultures from basically it's a custard. That's what flan is.
Yeah, custard. Yeah. It's a very sweet custard. Yeah.
The donuts, leche flan, you know what? I'll give those 8.5. No, I can give them a 9. I'll give them a 9.
Yeah, I'll give it a 9. Yeah.
Those are 9. I definitely have those again. The buko pandan was just okay to me.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, the color was off-putting, and it was a good taste, not a great taste. So what, 7 maybe?
Yeah, maybe a 7. Yeah, it's just okay. The ube was actually pretty good. I'm not the biggest fan of ube,
No.
but it does grow on me. It's something, if it's there, I'll be happy to eat it. But it's not something
Yeah.
that I necessarily order. Like, oh yeah, I gotta have the ube. And so I'll give it a little bit higher than 7.5. I'll give it an 8. And then the chocolate was good. Chocolate was actually
good. Yeah. Chocolate was good. I think 8 as well. It was well filled, and the chocolate cream in the middle was tasted good as well. Like everything about that was good.
Yeah, and then the mango didn't really taste like mango.
No, yeah. The only reason why I got this one, I was trying to find something more Filipino. Like they did have like birthday cake. They had Boston cream or something like that. But I was trying to find something more Filipino. This is sort of their new menu. The one before it had milky cheese donut, and I'm disappointed it didn't have it this time. So if you wanted some of these donuts, just keep up with their Instagram to see their next menu. But yeah, I was trying to find something that has some sort of Filipino influence to it, so that's why I chose the mango brava. I'm not too sure what the brava part was, but mango's there. Diana likes mango.
Milky cheese. I'm still like you've been talking, and you just said milky cheese, and I'm still thinking about that. I wish it's too bad that wasn't available.
I know. I was so disappointed with them. I was like, what?
You know what's funny? Yeah. I'm sure that there's some listeners that are thinking, what? Milky cheese donut? They don't want anything to do with that. But I just think, it's going to be so tasty.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
But
then, wait, for those of you that are kind of getting turned off by the milky cheese donut, think of a cheese Danish. Think of that. Just
there you
put
go.
that in your mind. Okay? Just want to
exactly right.
Yeah. So real yummy. We'll probably... we keep saying, we probably go to this place again, but it is a little bit inconvenient to us, and there's a lot of other donut places around. So if we're around, we may go.
Yes.
But there's a lot of other donut places that are just more convenient. It's not like we're sad that we went or anything, because we had a donut there that we labeled a 9. So that's pretty strong.
It is.
So really good. We had a great celebration with our parents. It was super fun, super yummy. The food was good, the dessert was good, and it was an overall success. And we're happy that we got to taste all that wonderful food. And so that really wraps up this week's podcast. Again, the places that we went to: Kabalen, both of these places in Little Manila, Kabalen, and also FK Dulce Bakery, FK Dulce Bakery.
Yeah.
And so, if you are getting value from our podcast, whether you're just getting entertained and we love to hear us talk about food, or you're liking the recommendations, then we invite you to do something super easy and super simple. We invite you to either like, subscribe, share, comment. It is a super easy way and a simple way for you to support our podcast and to do so for free. Isn't that right, Jeff?
That is correct. And also, if you have any recommendations, recipes for us to try, or places for us to eat, please send them our way as well. And then remember this quote from Julia Child: people who like to eat are always good people.
Yes, and that, of course, includes my brother, Chef Jeff Santos, and I'm his brother, Kenny Santos, and you as well if you love to eat food worth mentioning. All right, thanks a lot, everybody.
All right, take care.
All right, bye-bye.
You've been listening to Santos Brothers Eat.
Food worth mentioning.